Was good, YouTube? Welcome to the Road Show Podcast. Before we get into it, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. All that is much appreciated. In today's video, we're going to talk about, is living in a car safe? The answer is yes and no at the same time. Let's talk about it. People are always asking me, is living in a car safe? And the answer is yes and no. It all depends on how you move. Now, I've been living in my car for about 3 years. I had a van first, now I just got the car. I had a van and a car, now I just got the car. But I've been living in my van slash car for about 3 years now. And I've, okay, I had one issue. I was about to say I never had no issues, but I had one issue. And I'm going to get to that later. But, it's been safe. It's been peaceful. Let me help y'all understand something. If you got the opportunity to move out of the hood, you move out of the hood. I don't know why people assume that I would just still be in the hood, living in my car. Like, I can literally go anywhere I want to go. Why would I pick the hood? Like this girl on TikTok, she did a reaction to one of my videos. She was like, I got so many questions. Like, you don't be worried about getting jacked. You don't worry about, somebody try to break in your car. You don't worry about, like, somebody catching you sleeping, try to rob you. I'm like, look, I'm not about to be in the hood. I haven't been in the hood in so long. Where I'm at is quiet. Quiet. So I like sleeping by the beach. So I always find me a nice beach, find me a good spot so I can wake up with a little beach view every now and again. And yeah, that's how I move. So I've had a safe experience, but if you gonna keep your car and still live in the projects, yeah, like there's a chance that something can happen. See, here's one of the perks I like about having a car and not like some big ass RV or some big ass um some big ass van, some big ass Chester the molester van, is that a car is easy to blend into places. And my car is super low key. It's not something that you will be like, ooh, I want that car. I know it's money in that car. I want to break in it. Now, if you decide you want to go get a classic car and live out of it, hey, now you might be putting yourself in a danger zone just because of the car itself. Somebody might want that. Like, if you go buy a 69 Chevy Camaro and you try to live out of it, yeah, somebody might try to get you. You know what I'm saying? But that's the whole point of being off the grid is to just be low key at all times. You know, be low key. Always park by walls. Don't park in front of nobody house. You don't want nobody. You don't want to get a knock on your window by the police because you didn't have your car parked for a couple days in front of your house, in front of somebody's house, because you know how people get. And I understand too. That's why I never park in front of nobody's house. Because I get it. Like, if I seen a car just parked in front of my house every day, I was like, okay, I ain't seen this motherfucker walk in no house, nothing. The car just parked there and nobody gets out the car. I'll be suspicious of that too. So, yeah, don't do that. Also, don't park on main streets, especially them streets where people be flying at. Because the busy streets, that's where the drunk drivers be on and the people that want a street race. You can drive down any busy street in LA. I guarantee you're going to see crash cars. That's another thing that could potentially be unsafe, living in a car. If you park on the main street and a drunk driver just comes side swipe you while you sleeping, yeah, that could possibly happen. That's why I'm always on like a side street somewhere where people are less likely to be speeding up and down the street. So I make sure that I'm always on the side street. You'll never catch me on Western or Figueroa. Hell no. Hell no. They be racing up and down that motherfucker. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm not about to park there. So from my experience, it has been safe, and it's safe as long as you know how to move. Don't be too loud. Don't just you have to just go unnoticed, and you'll be fine. Find you a good neighborhood. You can go to Malibu. Like once you get deep into Malibu, you can just park right there and have all the peace that you want. But even that, because on PCH, like they be flying up and down that motherfucker too. I don't really like parking by Malibu too much because it's just so much traffic and it just be loud. You just hear cars just flying by all the time. I mean, you can get some earplugs and tune it out. Like it's easy fix, but you know it can get annoying sometimes. So I find me a low key. I always find me a low key spot so I can blend in with everybody else. And if I can't blend in on the streets, I'll go find me a little Walmart or something, little Target parking lot or something, and I just park the car, put my blackout shields on my windows, and I'm good. Like I did have something happen. Now let me get to the story. I keep saying I ain't never had nothing happen. I had one scare, just one. But here's what happened. So I had two cars. I used one car for work, and I used my van. That was for sleeping. I never drove it, and I ain't gonna lie, it's my fault. I got a little too comfortable because I would leave my car parked in places for 6 months at a time. Oh, and that's another thing. Before I get into the story, don't always watch the street parking. Always try to park on streets where it ain't no street sweeping or nothing like that. Ain't no street signs. That's another thing you'll have to worry about. Because that's one of my fears too. Just imagine me sleeping in my car and then I'm getting towed while I'm in it. And that would suck. I'd be scared as shit. But yeah, so I always try to park on the street that don't have no regulations or nothing. So I would be in my car because I spend more time in my car than I did my van. My van was pretty much I just slept in it, just a spot to have a bed and stretch my legs out. That was it. That was it. That's all I did. I never drove it. So I would leave it unattended for weeks, sometimes months at a time. And I got a little bit too comfortable because look, when you are doing this car life shit, you always want to move every now and again so people don't think your car is abandoned, because no matter where you at, if you leave it somewhere, somebody gonna get suspicious. They either gonna try to break in or they gonna get it towed. So that's pretty much what happened to me. And like I said, it's my fault. I got too comfortable. But I'm sleeping in the van one night and I hear like a screech on the window. I'm like, what the fuck? I ain't gonna lie, my heart started beating fast as shit. I'm like, oh shit, because I was kind of predicting that happening. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, my car dusty. It would look, man, I was so dusty and ashy. I was really thugging it out in the beginning. I didn't give a fuck. I just really just went in that motherfucker, slept, got out of it. That's it. Like nothing else. So I was like, man, somebody gonna knock on this window one day. And sure enough, I hear a screech on my window. I'm like, oh shit. So I guess he was trying to look inside the car or whatever. But you can't see inside my cars because I always put like blackout. Either I'll put some sheets up to where you can't see, like some blackout curtains or something to where you can't see inside of it. So he's trying to look inside of it. I get up. I'm like, hey man, what you doing? and, that nigga eyes got so big. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm like, yeah, man, get away from my car, man. He was like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I was just trying to clean it. Like, what? Like, you ain't even got no water. Literally, that's what he said. It was like maybe 3:30 a.m. or something like that. It was dark. He was talking about he was trying to clean my car. Like, nah, you was trying to get up in there. And then that day, I moved it. Because for the most part, my van wasn't working. But it was only because I needed a battery. But I didn't really I'm not gonna lie to you, I just didn't care because I would spend so much time working and away from it. I really didn't invest that much time into it. My next project, I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna make that shit really feel like a home. That's the next project. But when I first started, I was just out here just thugging it out. Like shit. I'm just coming here to sleep, and I'm getting back to business. But I kind of feel better though now that I just have the car because I don't have to worry about it. Because I would always be worried about me coming back and it had been broken into, window busted, and all this other shit. So I don't have to worry about that shit no more. So it's all good for now. For now, and that's another thing that's holding me back from getting some getting some new shit because I spend a lot of time in my car. People that live in their cars and their RVs, they're pretty much in them damn near 24/7. They take them everywhere, not me. So I'm just gonna wait until I figure out, what I'm ready to do because I know that I'm gonna have to go check on it, especially because I want to get a trailer. Here's what I want to do: I want to get a trailer, get a fifth wheel, and I'm gonna buy me a truck one of these days, either a pickup truck or a suburban or something, just something, to pull the trailer around. So I want to buy a truck and a fifth wheel, and I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna discuss this in another video, but there's this thing called Thousand Trails to where I think you pay like $300 a month, and you could travel to different campgrounds. They got like 16 in California. They got one in Vegas, and you can pretty much just pay that, and you can go to all of them. And you can get the free hookups, the water, the trash, all of that shit. So that's likely the next move. But see, you see how I said that. Yeah, now I got more of a responsibility because I'm gonna have to upkeep the shit. I'm gonna have to keep the tags. I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry, got a little cold, y'all. Sorry. But I'm gonna have to keep the tags up, keep it updated, keep the car fixed, make sure I'm checking on it all the time. So before I make that decision again, I want to make sure that I'm fully invested in it. I wasn't really invested in my van like that. I should have never bought it in the first place. I should have just thugged it out in the car, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's the next plan. Just get me a trailer, a fifth wheel, and something to pull it with, and hop on this Thousand Trails. Find different camping sites, and that's the next move. But yeah. So overall, what I'm trying to say is, living in a car is safe if you move right. Oh, and another thing, you have to get shit. I can't think of the name of it. It's not a smoke detector. It's a carbon monoxide detector. I forgot what it's called. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. You put it on the wall in your house too. Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, one of them. You just get one of those sensors and you put it in your car just in case, fumes from other cars seep through your shit and you don't die out here. But other than that, living in a car is safe. It just depends on how you move. So just watch how you move. Get you something low key, super low key. Don't don't go out here and be on some nigga shit and say I'm gonna live in my car, but I'm gonna put some 24s on that bitch. No, that defeats the purpose of being a minimalist if you're gonna go out here and put 24s. I mean, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, do what you gotta do, but because that might make you happy, and if you're willing to make the sacrifice and take that risk, hey, I support you. But just get something that's low key. Don't get nothing that's loud in color. Always keep your car washed and clean so it don't look abandoned, and you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And don't try to prove nothing to the hood. Once you get your car, if you decide you want to live in a car, van, RV, whatever you do, you don't owe the hood nothing. Get your ass up out of there. You got them 4 wheels for a reason. and take your ass to somewhere nice, and you park your car in a nice area so you can go to sleep at night. I sleep good at night. I ain't got to worry about nobody trying to get in my shit. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but um, I mean, knock on wood. I don't want it to happen. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but I feel like the fact that I'm just so low key and clean and out the way, and I move around. I ain't really got nothing to worry about. I ain't never had nothing happen. I also get people like, oh, the police don't knock on your window. Like, why would they? They don't even know I'm here. And a lot of the times they don't care anyway, as long as you're not being loud or dirty. Now, these are the people I don't understand. These people that live in their cars, right? Because I got rid of everything. I got rid of everything. I got rid of my just damn near everything. I pretty much got 2 duffel bags and a suitcase, and all my shit fit in there. I don't understand why these people be having all this shit in their car, on top of their car, around their car. Get rid of all that shit. You don't want your car to look like you live in it. My car doesn't look like a car that somebody lives in. And if you look in the windows, you wouldn't think that I lived in it. You can't see in it at night, but if you just, walking by in the daytime, it just looked like just a regular old car. Don't fit the description. Don't be outside taking a shit on the sidewalk, and they be doing all kind of wild shit. Just be looking just dirty. Like, nah, you just keep your car clean. Like, take care of it, and don't make it look like one of them homeless people cars. Y'all know what I'm talking about. These motherfuckers be having cans, and you look inside the car, they ain't got nowhere to move their feet. They just hoard and shit. Like, nah, don't get down like that. Downsize as much as you possibly can, and I guarantee you're gonna be cool. So yeah, that's the video for today. Living in a car is safe. You just gotta watch how you move. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that. And I'll be doing more. Sorry, I'll be doing more living in a car experience videos. But I'm gonna do a little bit of everything. I'll be doing more of these videos, but I want to keep the content rolling. But it's really not that complicated living in a car. It's so straightforward and simple. Like, I can't make 1,000 videos. I'll be sitting up here talking about the same shit all the time. So I'll be covering different topics too. Just living in the car, dating, relationship, anything that I experience in life. That's what this channel is for. It's not just gonna be about my living in the car experience. It's gonna be about my whole life experience. But anyway, until next time, it's your boy Ro. I'm out.